Good morning. Welcome. Do you mind if I ask a chai? Thank you. Um,
Here.
yes. Thank you. Yeah, I listen. You don't know why I have this. Is there anything wrong with this? So not yet. Yeah.
That is difficult. I mean, it's not difficult. I have tons of questions.
Okay, why don't you start? Because you know it's not about the mind. But you see, you still keep tons of questions. So ask.
Yes, and when I ask you, just show me
no.
what you told already. It's not about the mind, so there is a tendency on me to put something here.
Yeah.
How to say, to be free. What I have in that moment, in my mind. So to be free from the mind, to be free, you know.
Yeah, but yeah, I think I know.
But I find it's not like this. I all the time I find when you answer to me, it's not like that what I think about this.
Ah, that's another thing. No, it will never be how or fitting what you think. That's sure.
Yeah, I mean, so it's never fitting, it's just like, and then finished. Then the next comes, boom. But I find this tendency, it's also...
But who has the tendency, without remembering who am I just ask you, who has this tendency? Tendencies for this man will stay. Some may drop, some may vanish, some may be even more intense because there is no control anymore about it. According to the life, and when I say to the life, to all the tendencies which are you glued or inscribed in your body and in psychology and all that, that will not stop. Even, I say, if there is some changes, but it will not stop. So I really think you confuse to be someone freed from the trouble of your mind. That will not come. It's coming when you really see who you are. And who you are is not confined into someone you know. Isn't it? You know that? Or you guess, or you have an intuition, you have an experience which will not do it.
It's difficult to say because I had some moments when
I listen. Yeah, but you see, you think that was it. Because you had some moment, freed or not with preoccupations like this. But you see, I remember very well when I lived with my master a few years, the first few years, I cannot say that I was really with my mind. And so there was no problem except that since I searched, there was some, let's say, metaphysical about the time, about those abstract things. Okay? But it was not, my mind was not working. Now, later, it was momentary. Even years later, the mind came back as it was, plus knowledge. Okay? So it was the same. It was the same person to whom this happened. So it's sure that if you have known it, and if you today you can speak like this, it means it was an experience, a let it go for a while, due to circumstances, due maybe to more fire you had, or whatever cause. So don't confuse those moments for it. And then, really, what is there which can see all those changes? You can see, I was not like this for a while, and now you can see, oh, now I'm like this, opposite of what I saw. So, who is that seer? What is it? And the answer will not be in answering me. The answer is by just keeping quiet with what is left, which allows to see everything. So to be the seer. For example, what is it this? What happens now? Just now?
Just now, you just told me.
Yeah, and then
and
what?
then in the mind is something happened. I mean, some, not questions, but understanding or something like this. Yeah, this is what I search. And
Yeah. So you have a stop.
Yes.
You have a stop. But still, it happens to whom? That stop.
Can you read me?
With the one I see. Huh? Yeah or no?
Yes.
Okay. So now, who sees that one was a stop? What sees that? So the focus is no more on the stop or the one who gets a stop. The focus is to be from where you see those things.
Yeah.
And be it. So there is no more focus, you just be it. And when the rest happens, it's happenings. Happenings is the world. Is the world of birth and death, changes, going and comings. It's the mind. So from here, tell me what is not clear or what comes to you. No, tell me.
Yes.
Where do you sleep?
This is what I find. I always sleep somewhere, you know.
Yeah, but okay, you see it, yeah? You sleep, you so.
Yeah.
You sleep. You slip into the mind who is wandering a bit, or something like that, and after you will make out something about it.
Yes, and
Yeah, but as soon as you see that, what do you know about this? What is it? To sleep somewhere, what is it? The mind.
yes.
The mind. And you know that the mind, there is no control about it, there is nothing to do about that. You just see it. You just know it's the mind. Did you lose yourself? Did you lose from where you can see those things?
No. So many times I answered this no, you know. In this point, so many times already I had this answer no. I never lose,
Okay.
you know. And then, please.
But what's more real? Because one is fascinated by something he thinks is real. What's more real? You see, if you suddenly are there where you spent so many years, so much energy to be, and suddenly you realize, but what I search is always there, I never lose it, I never lost it. Is it possible to take it so mildly that you just things? It's not that I would say express, but it's so important. It is such a moment of scandalous bliss of finally be what you spend so much time in searching for nothing. Don't you think that you will give such a value to that? You will. Otherwise, it's not yet it. Otherwise, it's something like an experience, you know.
Mm-hmm. This was in India. It's happened to me. I mean, I was just wondering what was it, this search. I find in the past I pick up some concept to be somebody who, I don't know. And then I find, this permanent happiness or something like this. And then I find, I don't know, in India or I don't know, it's just, wow, this was just a concept.
Okay, great.
I mean, this was just an idea to...
Okay, so if it is an idea, it goes. The importance of it, or the goal to be all the time like this goes, isn't it? No.
Yes, but you know, after India, it's just I was so much troubled or something like this, and then I find it's how I'm functioning in a different way from the mind, and I did this comparison with you. I mean, and I find you functioning in somehow in a different way, because I mean, in the life I find I give value for the mind, so I somehow functioning to making troubles, you know. My comments, it's from the mind, and what I find from you.
But you don't live with me. I also comment, and I'm absorbed in so many things. But in a way, if you look from outside, it's like this. You cannot say that I function like somebody else. I don't believe so. Yet, I mean, there is something which has been seen, which is absorbing the whole thing without giving rise again to questions or search.
So that I find something is different, you know.
If you work with your mind, it's different than if you work through your mind from somewhere else. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So somehow I pick up again this search even.
How come?
I don't know.
Okay. Okay. Let's not go to the past. And anyway, I will tell you, the concept of happiness, you saw it's a concept. Still, it was an experience, otherwise this wouldn't have been possible. Okay? Yeah. So you must have still, sorry, or a few concepts more about your being, what's all about, or some attachments to fulfill in this world at the same time. So from where you are, ask a question, you see. Not from I got a past experience and from there I ask. No, from where you are just now. Huh? Every time, if it is so, you ask the question. And then like this we remove those so-called spiritual, real experiences. Because they are not, otherwise this would not happen. Okay? Yeah. Okay, so you are fresh.
Yeah, okay.
That's much better. So, as a fresh human being, what for are you in satsang? What do you want? What makes you come?
To know who am I.
Who you really are.
Yes.
And it's not difficult. Because what you are is always there if you don't put an image on it. If you don't want that it fits an experience you want to have. You see, even the most sublime experiences of enlightenment, they go. So, welcome, well gone. What's left is much better. Because you see all those books relating those beautiful moments of awakenings, you see the témoignages, they are very inspiring, they are beautiful, but when I read that I say, oh great, what a luck for this person, but I would like to see him today. What has been made out of this today? That is more important. You see? Because if one transforms that into an experience or an idea, it's gone. You can start your search from the very beginning. I think generally, and I speak to you also, one wants to transform the time. You see, the time. For example, you are confronted with circumstances which makes you too busy, too troubled, let's say, because others we will not mention. Okay. And then suddenly, because of your past, you say, oh my God, I've been too much into this. I'm still in my mind. But you speak of what? You speak of the time, as if the time would not be like this even for a free being. You see, time is dual. It will never be Advaitist. The time is dual. It comes from non-duality. It comes from something which is never lost because it's not dual. Okay. So, when you say, oh, my person has been lost that much time, but who cares? Who cares? The moment you see that something happened, really, something happened in reality, nothing. Now, if you consider that the time should be eternity and should be only detachment and peace and whatnot, then you are in big trouble as a human being in time. If you don't have any more those considerations, okay, lost, that was the expression, I'm not it. Somehow this automatism has to come to you because you really have seen it's not about the time, it's not about this person who would be more enlightened than the other. Otherwise, again, there will be competition. Imagine, I'm more enlightened than you. And I have some arguments and some signs about it. You see, oh la la. Imagine. It's the world. It's the fights and the wars of the world. So it's not about that.
Yeah, I find myself in this fight.
Yeah. right? Of
In me,
opinions, attachment, desires. Okay? And when you see it, where are you? From where do you see it?
There is a moment when it's really what you...
Okay. But yeah, then be that for a second at least.
But it's not possible to... I mean,
But
like
it's not possible to be permanently that as a human being. No! Again, an idea gone. What a relief! What a liberation! Depends what you look at. If you look at the time, you will die. If you don't look at the time, nothing ever happened. You are not born. And time continues, otherwise, till this fellow dies. The time goes on, it flows. So what is the time? It's all the expression and the experiences and the thinking and the feelings we have, no? That's the time and space. And it's possible to be expressed because you are something else. And that is included in that way. There is no two.
And to finding what I am really, it's also based on something.
You cannot find you are it. You are it before this very question was put. Okay. Yeah. And you are it during this question and when the question goes. But now, I tell you, in time, don't expect to be all the time like this, laughing and happy, and the expression will go on changing. But what made you laugh was that to realize, oh my God. Okay, but the expression will change. And yet, who you are never changes, is not touched by changes.
Yeah, I find I there in me was I like this moment more than the rest, and I don't want to expect the rest. I don't want to go back in the life and.
The great way is not difficult for those who have no preferences. When can you have no preferences? When you have seen happiness or non-happiness, they come and go. Okay. This body may like happiness more and the pleasures more and all that. Okay. But really, I put a spray on you because you like to stay like this.
No,
Fixing, some fixing.
Yeah, fixing. Not useful.
Then what? My mind is coming back, and then what? Oh la la! Okay, what a big affair. The sun is coming back every morning too, and then what?
But this. You have something to.
Don't be afraid. You can speak
But ask.
as you like.
No, but how can I forget? Well, I mean, what is possible to forget? It's
Whatever is possible to forget is not it. You may forget that you laughed. You may forget that whatever. It's not it. That's what I said to you. Don't think that if you don't laugh as you from where you laughed, if you don't have this expression, don't think that from where it came it's lost. From where it came, that's what you are. Now the mind left you for a while, that's why it expresses. Everybody who laughs, you see, it's like he's free from his mind for that moment. Yeah. That's why we like to laugh. But you see, the realization of yourself should not depend on laughter or depend on happy moments. That is very precious to realize, to see.
and how.
Why this movement? What do you mean?
Because you told realization.
Come on. This what?
What is realization?
That where you don't pick up the how. From where you are.
From where the how is coming
Yes,
from.
yes.
So it's not something, it's not a happening or something like this. I mean,
It's a big happening not to catch how.
Yeah, this is my problem.
At least you see it now. And it's not a problem because now you see it. It's too late. Your problem is gone because you see it. It's too late. You realize it's too late now. Okay. So. So, no, it's okay today. Okayness is not okay, but who are you? Yeah. Wait.
Hi, Ganga.
Hi, Gopal.
I see that there is something who wants to that I give up all, that I give up, that I really give up.
Yeah, but what you do is the one who gives up.
I still treat it not so good, and I still, you have to do this, you have to do this, and this, and this, and I'm still in the on the behind with a, how do you say, like a
Hammer?
huh?
Hammer? No.
A hammer also, where you want to guide horses and so now, yeah, go forward, do this and this. And I see something is there who wants that I give up all of this.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's me. Yeah, that I,
Then keep quiet with your me. Because if you don't keep quiet, you have to give up the me also. So better to keep quiet. Keep quiet means remain from where you want to give up, you see. Because that's what happens to all those who live in caves or in monasteries. They give up, okay, they made this big sacrifice, a big heroic thing, to give up the world. But then they have to do something in that cave or monastery because there is still somebody there. And then, of course, they invent better ways to whatever ideal they have to attain. But you see, liberation is to be liberated, to believe I am the one who gives up, or I am the doer, or I am born. So that can be done anywhere. So what is the matter? The matter is to just, the cave or the best moment is when you don't touch any movement of your mind, just like that, and then be that. And from there, whatever rises, you know very well, it's the mind, you see. Whatever rises.
yes.
And whatever rises is not much into one's hand.
I know this.
Okay? Then.
This morning I wake up and then there is nobody, there is no feeling, and I asked who I am. I really do the question myself, who is seeing this, and I want to be with the seer and all. And then something is going on, and I'm aware it's the mind. I'm still aware it's the mind. And then I'm aware, oh, but I'm not present, and blah, blah, blah. And then I see, okay, it comes up, just this and this and this feeling, or then it starts somehow, and then I have the feeling, okay, now it's really the mind what comes in. So, and then, but it's not me, and
Yeah, but the importance is from where you see all those things. Who cares if you keep quiet or not?
yeah, I asked this question from where.
Yeah, but be from where it comes.
But there is nothing.
Says the mind. You agree? Okay, you can tell me that, but the mind says there is nothing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's not a definitive answer. There will be no definitive answer with the mind.
Yeah.
So, You see, the real emptiness is all the answers are emptiness, or not touching any answer is emptiness. So it's not emptiness. Well, I said something funny, but it's great. Is there anybody who still doesn't hear, even as an understanding, that the mind will never do it? The mind will never do it. And the best answers he gives is emptiness or nothingness or the void or eternity, the absolute. That is the best answers he can give, and yet they are limited. So the mind cannot help here. Because if you believe those, for example, experiences or answers from the mind, you are stuck and you will search again, because any experience is in time, so it will go. So the mind doesn't help here. Let the mind play his life. From where do you see that mind? From where do you see the life of that guy with the mind? That is common to all. That's undescribable. And it's never touched by anything. So what was your question? That's it? Don't worry about nights, you see. The mind is different for every human being. Who knows, maybe animals too. If they don't sleep, the mind behaves differently. It's like that. But still, it's a mind.
Yes. It seems like there is really a border where the mind still wants to have this. Or still maybe the
But they tell him he's your student, beat him till he knows he don't come here, you can't. You can't. It disappears when he goes there. So he's very arrogant to think that he can help in any way or bring something from there. It disappears. It doesn't exist when it goes there. this full universe disappears when it goes there. And we have that experience in sleep. So imagine, when even the sleeping one goes there, then what?
If you see me, what happened?
Sorry, if you... I didn't hear well.
If you see me, what happened?
If you see me?
Yeah, if you see
Yeah.
this guy, what happened?
What happened?
Yes.
I don't understand.
Yeah, I'm asking myself what is happening.
But why are you busy with happenings? It doesn't matter what happens. Anyway, you are not the doer of your happenings.
Yes.
So why you are so hypnotized by that? When you start...
Because then there is nothing. Yeah, there is nothing, and there is...
What there is nothing? What there is nothing? Says your mind. Then what is this, if there was nothing?
Yeah, there is nothing, and now there is everything. Yeah.
So nothing and everything is included, rises from who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be a bit more alive when you say yeah. It's quite an important yeah. Maybe your ultimate yeah. Huh?
But I still place myself then in the nothing and then in all. And
But that's what I say. If you place yourself in the nothing, then you have everything again, and you play with that, and you are in trouble. Ah, do you see it now?
I see it, yes.
You start to see it. Okay. Okay. There is not much to see, you know. Not much else to see. Now it's to be. Be what you are already. Something else you want to hear or ask, please? You see, like now, at least a few are quiet. So from where you see you are quiet, that's what you are. Not the person who is quiet that is as unreal as the one who will take chai. From where you see I am quiet, keep quiet. Be that. That's what you are. And that never goes. Only times goes and comes. Actions start and finishes.